Echo 3-1, Viper 1-1 on approach, ready for tasking. What's your position? Roger, 7-1. Target acquired. Weapons free in 5 seconds.
Good evening, peeps. And if you are joining us, you are of course joining us for the weekly recap show. And this is the weekly recap show for week 13. And of course, you are joining myself, Yakusawa, and NSeeker 707. How you, Miss Doolittle? Right place your ears?
My goodness.
You doing well?
Yeah, hi. Good things in yourself.
Yeah, I watched some Pygmalion, so, you know. Sorry, ne?
Oh, yeah. No problem.
They caught you off guard?
I actually just wanted to say, because I'm obviously watching the stream on the other side just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. And I was like, just don't be fooled thinking that Gemini Batman is actually doing the stream tonight.
Bah, we need a face for Clan Wars. There we go, Gemini Batman.
Yeah, Dev, you're up. I hope you're watching.
And over to Gemini. No, just kidding. So, guys, at the back, you will see some video playing, and that is, of course, from the stream done by Gemini Batman about 2 weeks ago. And this was the game between CPR and Evil Seeker, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Lucky. It was a nice game to watch as well. So, yes, please don't be fooled. There's not a lip syncing problem between the video and myself. That is indeed Gemini's face over there. Now, Gemini.
And of course, you see in the bottom right the rock hard S there with what smells like updog in here.
It was a fun stream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, how are you doing, Seeker? Good?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, it was a busy week, wasn't it?
That's like we say that every week.
Yeah, and I mean, we're in week 13 now, so that officially means that next week is the last week of play.
Yes, it is. So exciting.
And I'm wondering whether people actually know, what is going to happen then, right? I mean, I assume so, but maybe there's somebody who's joining us for the first time tonight and haven't watched the tournament over the last 13 weeks. So maybe we should just touch on what's supposed to happen after next week, right?
Yes. I think what we get there when we get there in the stream.
We get there when we get there. All right. So we're going to do that in after we've looked at the tables, probably, no?
Yes, I think so. It's a good point to explain like which teams, what teams can expect, I should say.
Absolutely, but we've got some interesting stuff for the guys tonight. I mean, as always, we will obviously look at the weekly results of the games played in week 13. We're going to look again at the top threes, so that will be score and KD. And then we'll also look at the division tables, but then we've got also a little bit of an extra segment tonight, brought to us courtesy of our stats master, Mr. Black Sailor Ranger, and that is the... what are we going to call it? The finals scenarios?
I actually don't know what to call that.
But what is put together for us is a few scenarios of what the finals could look like, depending on what happens this coming week, right?
Yes.
And I think that's very interesting, because I think a lot of people are wondering whether there's still an opportunity to actually end up in the finals. And I think the scenarios are pretty good, because we can see how fluid the league tables still are, right?
Yeah. Look, I mean, obviously, there's teams if they're keeping up to date with the divisions and watching the progression of the divisions, they would know exactly how their team is doing. Hopefully, they are keeping up to date with that.
Yeah,
But I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios, like you say, that could happen in this coming week. I mean, there's stuff that looks like it could definitely be this team, but actually the team just below them, if they do well in their match this week, they could actually go through to the finals and actually knock that other team out.
absolutely, absolutely. And of course, that is what those scenarios then are all about. And we'll get to chat to or to look at those towards the end of the show, right? And again, that has been brought to us by our stats master, Mr. Blacksader Rangers. So we'll dive a little bit into that and give you guys a bit of an update on that as well. But Sika, before we move on
Right.
to all the good stuff, who do we have on the
Yes.
stream?
It's Seeker's roll call time. I think I thought I'd give it a name since we do it every week.
Yeah, do it, give it a name.
All right, so first up we have Luke, Mr. White. We've got Lisa, who is Little Green Monster. We've got Berry here. Hello, Berry. Floofy is here, of course. We've got Alicia. We've got Ray, Rocket Links. Constant Glitch is here from CPR. We've got Debatman from CPR. Senjen is here. We've got Talana, Roxanne or Homegirl, and we've got Shady Lurker also from CPR. Oh, and a quick slide in there by Ghosty Codex, just in time.
Yeah, it was. They knew that the next thing you
It was a sliding knife kill.
well, what they knew that the next thing that you were going to say was, and a couple of lurkers. So then
Yes,
he
but
jumped
Shady
in
Lurker's
there.
already said hello, so it's okay.
There we go. And I see awesome Leishy's also here. Hello, Leishy. Rightio. So there's a couple of peeps watching with us already. So guys, for those who have just arrived, and I see that there's a few people that just popped in. First of all, welcome and thank you very much for joining. We really do appreciate your support. If you are already subscribed to the channel, you are awesome. If you are not, you can become awesome. Hit that little subscribe button and also the bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. And as I ask every week, please also let us know in the comments whether everything is lacquer on your side. Good audio, good video, and all sorts of stuff like that, so that we know we can go on and give you guys a good show. And of course, the video at the back is brought to us by CPR, and that is of course from Gemini Batman, who did the stream, and it was the game between CPR and Evil. So that is what you guys will see in between all the slides that we are doing. Rightio. Right. I don't know if I want to do the Santon or the Eliza Doolittle. At the right place, your ears.
Oh goodness, no! I want to do the Santon one, please.
All right. We do the Santon. Excellent.
Boys,
Are we gonna?
boys for the win.
Yeah, well, what is that? What was that game called? It was
Bootfighter.
Bootfighter, right?
Oh.
What an awesome game!
How much fun was that game?
Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I don't know if I actually liked the game or just liked the whole, yes, boot, right? I don't know.
Oh, it's Boot, and he's just going to like clop these O's.
Get as straight or forward as you are. You see how I worked it in there?
Jumping for almost 3 years.
Did you see how I worked Eliza Doolittle in there? Right, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get on to the results for the week then. And guys, the results that we will be looking at will be the results for week 13. And I think let's start with Division 1. So in Division 1, this is your week 13 results. There were two games. The first was between Untamed Beasts and, of course, Evil Maniac Seeker. That's the game you played against Yubi. And I understood Yubi came out guns blazing.
They did. We unfortunately had some server issues, especially in the second map. But no, UB definitely put up a good show there.
Excellent. And they took the win then, of course, there with 750 over the 380 from Evil. The second game, extremely close, and there was a bit of friendly rivalry going on here, of course, between CPR and GSE. I say friendly rivalry because both these teams are absolutely great teams, and they also have some good sportsmanship between the two of them. But a very close game with CPR taking the win then of 707 points versus the 646 from GSE.
Yes, and I just want to say thank you to CPR for getting the best score of the entire tournament so far.
707. Seeker.
707.
Well done. I didn't actually even pick that up, but of course you would, right? Of course you would pick that up.
Actually, Lisa picked it up and told me about it.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, still it worked out. Still worked out. Right, moving on then to Division 2 and your Division 2 results for the week. There were 3 games played there. The first of which was Gunslinger Girls, and they played Brotherhood of the Beast, so they played Bob. Now, the girls did take the win there with 661 points versus the 608 of Bob, but I understood that was also a very sweaty game. And Sika, you played in that one as well.
I did. It was Bob came out. I even more guns blazing than UB did, I must say. Bob put on a really good show.
So you must be tired this week. You were in very hectic games, huh?
Yes.
Well done. But well done to the girls. They're taking the win 661. The second game there, 750 for Dark Divine Gaming, and they took the win over Lifeline Gaming with 212 points. And then the last game played in Division 2 was between First in Battle, or FIB, and they of course took the win over Project Alpha Tarkmach with a full 750 points. And I believe that
fortunately that game wasn't actually played. There was issues with player availability.
All right, great stuff.
Thank you, ESCOM.
Thank you, ESCOM. Nonetheless, FIB, well done there. Moving off Division 2 and on to Division 3 then. In Division 3, only the one game, Divine Gaming, and that is, of course, the Dragon team, and they faced off against 4QM8, and Dragon taking the win, 750 points over the 231 from 4Q. So well done there to the Dragon team. That was Division 3. Going on to Division 4, again, also one game. That was played between Invasion Gaming and Fear Gaming, with Fear coming out on top there with 750 points versus the 391 from Invasion Gaming. And Fear actually performing very, very well. Yeah, I mean, it's the first time that they play in a season with us, and I must say I'm quite enjoying their games and watching their games. They're doing very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking
forward to this actually this coming week is going to be a really good game.
Yes, there might be some, we'll see when we get to the scenarios, right? Dropping off Division 4 there and moving on to Division 5. So 2 games there this week. Unfortunately, the one was a forfeit game, and that was the one between the original Gentleman's Club and B1 Gaming. B1 unfortunately did not manage to get enough players on. Again, I don't know if it was ESCOM or Network, but either or. Unfortunately, B1 taking the loss there due to forfeit. So well done to OGC, which pick up the win. There were 750 points. And then the other game was, of course, between Brothers on a Rampage or Boar, and they faced off against Falcon Gaming, with Falcon Gaming picking up the win, 750 points versus the 533 from Boar. So well done there to Falcon.
Okay, but before we carry on with Division 6, I've been asked that Auntie Sika says goodnight to Rory Corn. So good night, my darling Rory Corn. Auntie Sika will come see you again soon.
All right.
Celeste's daughter. She's basically my daughter.
Celeste, but we did the show early, so Rory Corn could see the show. But okay, next week we'll do it at 6 then.
That was my idea for her gaming tag, by the way, is Rory Corn.
Okay, all right. Little GSG in the making there, right?
100%. She even wears the face mask.
Wonderful. You should send us some photos. Right, moving off Division 5 and onto your Division 6 results. And the game played there this week was the game between Zold and 4Q2. That is, of course, 4QM8's second team, with Zold picking up the win there, 750 points over the 100 points scored by 4Q2. Well done to Zold there. From what I understand, I mean, the scores don't really reflect it, but I understand that was quite a hard game as well.
Yeah, but Zold is definitely also one of those teams to watch. They've been playing exceptionally well this season, and I mean, we've had a couple of friendlies with them, and they are really just getting better and better.
Absolutely. On your screen then, the last division results for week 13, and that is Division 7. 2 games played there. The first was between Rise of the Expendables, or Rex, and they played the Lords of Latency, with Rex picking up the win there, 750 points versus the 504 points from the Lords of Latency. The second game there, the Notorious Thugs, and that's of course the Regicide team, and they played CTK, with CTK taking the win, 750 points over 467 that was racked up by the Notorious Thugs, the Regicide team. And there we go, all 7 divisions, and I was happy to see that there was no divisions that were left empty this week. All divisions had games this week, right?
Yes, yes.
So that was really, really good to see. So with the results out of the way, that of course means that we also have top players for the week, right? And guys, as you know, every week we do top players, and we normally do top 3 score and top 3 KD. Now again, for those of you who are perhaps joining us tonight for the first time, and I know that there are some people joining us tonight, some new teams, let's call them that will only be participating with us in season 4, and maybe they haven't seen the recap show before. So just to reiterate this, the top 3 players' scores and KDs are for this particular week only. But if you go to the website and you look at the teams individually, there will be an accumulative score. Now, of course, for the reward show that happens at the end of the season, we will use the accumulative score. So we like to call out players every week that did well, but overall, over the entire tournament, we track all players, and the accumulative score is what gets you that reward. So I thought, let me just mention that on a side note. But Sika, this is your bit. So where do you want to start?
This is my baby. Division 1.
Right, Division 1 is up for you.
All right, so Division 1, Week 13. Score-wise, this week we've got Departman from CPR with 17,965 points, Jules from GSE with 17,785, and the Shady Lurker from CPR with 17,625. All very close scores there.
Very, very close.
Katie this week from CPR, we have Department again there with 2.02. The Shady Lurker from CPR with 1.42, and Jules from GSE with 1.40.
Wow, look at that. Same players, huh?
How?
So the Bartman, Jules, and the Shady Lurker both in score and KD. Well done, guys. It's not always easy doing score and KD.
Yeah.
So definitely being dominated there by those 3 players. Taking off Division 1 for you, you've got Division 2.
Right, Division 2, Week 13. Got the Frigery from Doc Divine with 18,600 on the dot. Then we have Zenith from GSG, whoop whoop, with 17,360, and Scope Hunter from Bob with 17,105. KD ratio this week all belongs to Doc Divine, with Panda G getting 2.11, the Frigery getting 1.90, and Spark T 97 getting 1.86.
Hey, and I see that that Zenith is representing like almost every week either on score or on KD, right? So let's see what her overall for the season is going to be. But
the chick is a beast.
She's here a lot. I'm noticing that. Oh my word. Right, stepping off Division 2 and onto top 3 for Division 3.
All right, so Division 3 this week for Week 13, all from Divine Gaming Drogon. So DMO Ace there with 13,465, Xenoside with 11,780, and Zigalicious 23 with 11,700 on the dot. KD ratio also from Divine Gaming Drogon is DMO Ace, again there with 2.49. Again, Xenoside with 2.40, and Mellow sliding in there with 2.10.
And Dragon dominating completely, right? Score and KD wise. 2.49, that's pretty good actually.
Just wait. There's one better coming up.
Okay. Well, I was gonna make a fuss about it, but if you say there's more, let's see.
That it's a very good KD. It's very good KD. But there is one that actually just was quite outstanding for me this week.
Right. Is that going to be in Division 4? Because that's on for you.
Not quite in Division 4 yet, but we'll get there. Right, so Division 4 for week 13. SB from Fear, and also Fear dominating this week in Division 4, 17,000 points on the dot. Very, very nicely rounded score there. Deleted then with 16,010, and Steinman 58 with 15,745. KD ratio this week, same guys again. So Deleted
Nice.
there from Fear with 1.66, SB with 1.51, and Steinman 58 with 1.34.
Yeah, slightly different order, but same players, right? So well done, guys.
Yep.
Definitely Fear doing very, very well there in Division 4. Moving off Division 4 and on to Division 5.
Right, it's Division 5 for week 13. Tac Rogue Matrix from Falcon Gaming with 18,080 points. Malmav from Boar with 17,740. And Toxic Bunny from Falcon Gaming with 16,755. KD ratio this week, Toxic Bunny there again with 1.69, and he's from Falcon Gaming. Heel Spills from Boar with 1.22, and Malmav there again from Boar with 1.18.
Nice. So Malmav holding up the ball name.
And Toxic Bunny there for Falcon.
Lekker. I like the name Toxic Bunny. It's got a nice ring to it. It's like that Scooby-Doo dude.
It actually reminds me of that.
No, do it first.
No, because he's on the list just now. We'll do it just now.
Okay.
But yeah, so Toxic Bunny actually reminds me of the music video for Radioactive.
Oh yes. Oh, now you reminded me of something. Well done. Right, dropping off Division 5 and giving you Division 6.
Right, so Division 6 for week 13 belongs 100% there to Zold. So I am probably going to pronounce this incorrectly, but Rex Beza with 10,385, Copper XD with 9,450, and Ghost 4591 with 8,985. There's the KD ratio I was talking about. Ghost 4591 from Zold with 3.57.
What?
That is incredible.
Yeah, you know what? In
And then, of course,
comp, that is very high, right? That's
It is very high.
But look at Copper
It is very high.
XD.
Copper XD there with a 3.00 KD ratio on the dot.
I mean, look,
And
I
then,
want to
of
make
course-
I want to make a fuss about the 3.57. Well, I would normally make a fuss about the 3, but now I feel like I can't make a fuss about the 3 because there's a 3.57. And then I mean,
It's all extremely good
And I mean,
scores, though. And then
Scratchy at 2.87 is brilliant. It's just, you got Ghost there. Sorry, bud. 3.57. That is absolutely amazing. Nice. Very, very well done to the guys in Division 6. Moving to the last division then, Seeker, and that is Division 7.
Right, so some tough games this week in Division 7 from what I hear, but these guys are obviously still doing an exceptional job. Berserk Wolf from CTK with 23,210, which is actually extremely high.
That is a
for,
crazy
top
score, right?
It is.
Oh, my word.
Then, of course, we have Scooby Dude from CTK.
Bark!
With 19,465, and Mushu from Rex with 16,765. Also just 300 points behind Scooby-Doo there. KD ratio this week, Berserk Wolf from CTK with 2.14, Mushu from Rex with 1.56, and Scooby-Doo from CTK with 1.45. So again, the same 3 players in KD and score.
Well, he's a good player. He's a good player. I feel that we have to give him the barrel every time. But well done there. But I understood that Division 7 was quite hard this week. And actually, Division 7 in general there's a few tough games, right? There's a few tough games. And I mean, when you get to the table or to the tables, we'll see exactly just how close, Division 7 is as well. So there we go, guys. That was your top 3 for the week in every division. Top 3 scoring players, as well as top 3 KDs within each division. And of course, we would not be able to bring you guys any of this very cool detail without our stats master, Mr. Black Sader Ranger. But he, of course, doesn't do it alone, right? He does it with the help of some very, very capable league masters, and they are in the form of Roxanne Holmes, which is Homegirl. We have Lisa, which is Little Green Monster. And of course, we have Ian, who is Toxic Monkey. And the League Masters are doing an absolutely great job. And through their hard work, as well as the great work done by Black Seder Ranger, we are able to bring you guys some very cool stats on a weekly basis, right? So there we go. That was your top 3 for week 13. Now, for those of you who have come late or have joined us late or have missed the first part, welcome. And you have missed a very cool part of the show already. So go back and watch it. If you're already subscribed to the channel, you are awesome. If you are not, hit the subscribe button and also the bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. And of course, if you like what we are doing here at Clan Wars, or if you like at least what we are trying to do, also with the recap show, remember to give us a like on this video. It is much appreciated. What's happening in the comments, Seeker?
Well, there's a couple of comments here. Botman and Shady represent. Some nice stuff here. See, saying well done to the teams that were there. Floofy says that Zold is high on the board and their KD should be 4.20.
Well, they are legal again from this week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that they were ever not being legal, but
I just heard you're allowed to Zol again this week. So...
No. You can smoke this week.
Oh.
Zold has always been legal.
Oh.
To grow and have at home.
Well, I mean, I didn't hear the details right. Right.
Oh, I see Gemini has just joined us, and so has Mr. Apple.
Lekker,
all our cool cats and kittens.
There we go. You did not just say that.
I just want to point out that Gemini said hi to me before he said hi to anyone else.
Okay.
Floofy, I hope you noticed that.
There was a video playing at the back. The screen will now be dark. It is, of course, the background video brought to us by Gemini Batman, and this was the game streamed between EVL and CPR. It was a very nice game to watch as well. Right here. So we are going to move on to the last 2 topics of tonight. The first topic being, of course, the divisional tables. And this is the divisional tables as they are updated up until the end of week 13. And with 1 week left to play, there might still be some changes. So there is a section tonight that we will do after the seasonal tables. And let's call it the scenario segment. That's a pretty good name for it.
Dun, dun.
And basically, that will give us some scenarios of, depending on how this coming week, the final week of play plays out, who could be in the finals. And I think it's very, very interesting. And Sika, I hope you've got your reading glasses on, or your reading voice on, because you'll be reading, I'll be commenting.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right, but before we get to that, let's look at the divisional tables as they are at the end of week 13. And I'm going to start at Division 7. So looking at Division 7, at the moment at the top there, we have CTK. And CTK are on 11 games, 8,159 points. They are followed very closely by the team of Rex on 7,941. And in third position there, TNT, which is the team of Regicide, and they are on 7,888. So very, very close gap between second and third there at the moment, with PDT in fourth position. Also not a very big gap, 7,625. The Lords of Latency there in fifth, 7,317. And then, of course, we have the teams of Digital Devils Gaming and SDS individually on 6 and 7 with a score of 4,644 and 3,816. Now, earlier I said that there's some tough games here in Division 7, and you can clearly see, right? I mean, there's the scores. If you look at the first 5 teams, they are all within reach of each other, right? 7,000 and above points.
Yep.
So pretty good, pretty close games here in Division 7. Moving off Division 7 then and on to Division 6. In Division 6 at the top there we have the Monkeys, who are ruling the pack at the moment. Again, also on 11 games with 7,920 points. Then the team of TNT Osiris, and they are They are on 7,724 points. In third position there, we have the team of Divine Gaming, and that's, of course, the Viserion team with 7,691. And then the team of Legal Zold on 7,488. In fifth position there, 4Q2, 5,222, or otherwise known as 5,000 and the Double Nelson. And in sixth position, the team of OLG with 4,734 points. So also not too much in it here. The first four teams in this division very, very close, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Very, very close.
I'm
looking at the scenarios now as I'm going through it, and I'm going, very close.
Okay, all right. We'll get to that. Division 5 tables then. In Division 5, we have the team at the top of OGC, and they are on 9,603 points. And very closely within reach, the team of Falcon Gaming, 9,336 points. In third position there, B1, 8,326, and in fourth we have Boar with 8,123. In fifth position we have the team of Phoenix, and that's of course the Phantoms team with 5,550 points. That's a very nice rounded score there. And then of course the three teams at the bottom that have gone through the forfeit cycle. So just for interest's sake, before I move on to Division 4, I did not mention tonight as yet, but maybe for the people that are watching with us, something very interesting to note is that, of course, we started the season with 52 teams. Along the way, there were some teams who, as I always say, broke a shoelace, pulled a hamstring.
Got a cramp.
Caused cramps. or whatever may be the case. And we've had some teams that have obviously not been able to see their way through to the end, and we are at the moment competing with 40 teams, but we have of course already started the planning on season 4, even though we are looking to finalize season 3 in about 2 weeks from now. And just as a matter of interest, it looks like we might get to just over 70 teams. Seeker, is that correct?
Oh, yes.
I know, I got like a squinty pain in my left eye again when I said that.
my left eye's also jumping.
So by the looks of it, guys, it looks like we'll get to 70 teams. So definitely season 3, we had a nice experience with a lot of teams playing, but season 4 looks like it's going to be even more exciting, I want to say, right? Now, of course, guys, as you know, we will start giving you details probably within the next week or so. As we head towards the finals for season 3, we will start giving you information around season 4, exactly how it will work, game modes, rules, that sort of stuff to follow, as they get put on. Of course, our main aim at the moment is still to finish off season 3 and get it right to the end before we get into all of that. But a little bit of a teaser for you guys, and something that I just want to point out as well, because I've had a few questions during the week as well. And no, season 4 will not be like season 3. As you guys know, with Clan Wars, we do something new almost every season, and for season 4 we will be doing something new as well, and it will not be as long as season 3. Just for those who are wondering, right? Excellent. So, stepping off Division 5 and onto Division 4. And Division 4 for this week is ruled, the coop is, how do I say that? Who's ruling the coop? The main guys there in Division 4 is...
That's not what I was going to say.
Okay. Yes, okay. It's the team of Fear. They are ruling at the moment, and they are leading with 9,336 points. And they are followed actually quite closely by the team of FTWK on 9,259. We have then Invasion there in the third position on 8,808 points. And of course, for this division, there's less thinking going on in terms of who will be in the playoffs, right? But we'll get to that when we get to the scenarios as well. Dropping off Division 4 and moving on to Division 3. And in Division 3, we have the team of Divine Gaming, and this is the Dragon team. And of course, as you guys saw, they had they had some very good scores in Katie's this past week, and they are on 8,871 points. In second position there, the team of Project Beta Takmach, and they are on 6,492. So Dragon actually with quite a comfortable lead at the moment in the first position. A bit of a gap there between themselves and Project Beta, but not such a big gap between Beta and 4QM8, who are on 5,895 points. And then again, a small gap there to the fourth team of Blur, and they are on 5,124. Division 3 done, and moving on to Division 2. So with Division 2, we start at the top there with the team of FIB, and they are on 9,734 points. Very closely, Dark Divine, and they are on 9,538 points. And then, of course, we have the girls in there on the third position, GSG, and they are on 8,053 points. Just below them in fourth position, the team of Motion with 7,209 points. LLG claiming the fifth position there with 6,519, and just below LLG the team of Project Alpha Takmach, and they are on a very rounded 6,500 points. Seventh position there belongs to Bob on 5,790 points. And that is your Division 2. Moving on then to, can I call them the big boys? Division 1? The Division 1 teams, the tables at the moment, we have CPR there at the top. Now, what I have to call out here is, of course, CPR has played 12 games. So they are the only team that will not be playing in the last week of the league. Of course, next week being the final play week for the entire league. And they've pretty much done their bit. And they are on 8,691 points. We then have VDT there in the second position on 8,105 points. Again, all the other teams with 11 games in hand. UB in third position there, 7,305. The team of GSE we have in fourth position with 7,149, followed by Evil with 6,648. In the sixth position there we have the team of Phoenix Warriors, and they are on 6,232 points. Yo, what a mouthful. What a mouthful. And there we go, Sega. That is all the divisional tables for this week. What's happening in the chat? I'm sure there were some comments regarding the tables.
Actually some comments about speculation about season 4 as well.
Ooh, the speculation.
Rocket Links here saying they're going to hit their last game with everything they've got. Gemini is saying he needs to play in Division 6 to get that KD up. I don't know. Hey, Gemini, there's some really good teams in Division 6.
I agree. It's not that easy.
Floofy is saying good luck to the admins for next season. Chatty B here saying TNT in Division 6 made the biggest comeback ever. They were fourth with 3 losses, and now they have a chance at first.
Yes.
Which is very true, very true. It's a very good showing there from TNT.
Absolutely.
Let's see what else here. Oh, Gemini asking, is season 4 happening on Modern Warfare, or are we going to wait for the new card? So Gemini, what we are doing is we're pretty much going to carry on soon after season 3 with season 4 on Modern Warfare, and we are pretty much, this is probably going to be our sort of last season, I guess, on Modern Warfare.
Yeah, look, I mean, we're trying to work it out. I mean, ideally what would normally happen is we would complete a season, and then we would normally take anything between a 2 or a 3 week break, just to re-energize ourselves, of course, and of course allow the teams to re-energize themselves, and then we would kick off a new season. But this time around, there's been so many new teams that have shown interest for season 4, that we also don't think it's fair keeping them waiting for another 3 or 4 weeks after season 3 finishes, before we actually start engaging with them and getting them involved in a season. That's the one reason. The other reason is we looked at the timing after the announcement of last week of when the new Black Ops will be launched, and we figured that we would definitely have a look at that, whether it's a possibility to be a competitive game. And from the announcement in terms of timing, we also try to work it out in a way that we have at least one more season on Modern Warfare before we have to consider, possibly going to a different game. So season 4, effectively, or at least for now, the planning is that will be our last season on Modern Warfare before we look at let's say alternative options. All the speculation at the moment, right?
Yeah. The other thing is, I mean, every new game that comes out is not always 100% ready for comp as it starts. You always have a bit of a preseason thing going, people working out, like servers and things like that. So we can't guarantee that there will be a tournament ready platform for us on the new card yet. So it will give us a little bit of time just to finish off in season 4 and get ready. Get
But
prepared.
can I kill something in the chat?
I just want to say that play of the game was me there.
Well done.
So anyway, yes.
Well done. Right, so I'm going to say something. Seeker's probably going to kill me for it, but you know what?
Probably.
Let's just give it a little bit of bait. Why not?
Oh, my.
So, guys, we are finishing off season 3, so we don't really want to talk about season 4 too much yet. From next week, or maybe even the week thereafter, some information will start flowing through on season 4. But what I can tell you is that seeing that season 4 will be our last, officially, or at this point in time, officially our last season on Modern Warfare, chances are that we will play 3 game modes in the same season. I'm just saying. Right. Exactly how it's going to work will come later.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a stern talking to you after this.
I just said we will play 3 game modes. I didn't say what we're playing.
Yeah.
So let's
Back to season 3.
So let's see how that turns out. Right, back to season 3 it is. And Sika, we are going to move on to this very cool little segment that has been provided to us courtesy of our stats master, Mr. Black Sader Ranger. And that is, of course, the scenario segment. Now, basically, guys, what the scenario segment is all about is, as you know, or if you have been following the league and the season along, is that we have just done the recap for week 13, and that means that next week, week 14, is the last week of play. And basically what will happen is that at the end of week 14, teams will rank on the divisional tables, as you saw the divisional tables just a few minutes ago. And the teams that rank number 1 and 2, they will go off to the final playoff for first position. And the teams that rank number 3 and 4 will go off to the third place playoffs. And that will, of course, all happen basically in week 15. But there are still things that can change in this last week of league play. And this is what let's call it the scenario segment is all about. So, Sika, I'm going to hand it to you. And you would like to start where? What scenario do you want first?
I think let's start at Division 1, since that's how it was given to me.
Right. I'm going to give you Division 1.
All right. Can I go?
Yes.
Has it on the screen?
Go. Go.
All right. So Division 1. They also had. So first and second position has already been secured by CPR and VDT. So that's pretty much the way it is, right? Now, VDT needs to score 591 points to take first from CPR. Right? Does it make sense the way we're doing it? If you've got any questions, please just hit me up in the chat. UB will stay in third position for the playoff. Right, so that's the way, and no one can pretty much catch UB at this point. Anyone below UB can't catch UB, and UB can't then catch either VDT or CPR. So fourth position, though, is up for grabs with GSE and Evil. However, Evil must win their last game versus Phoenix Warriors with max points, so 750 points, and then rely on VDT to keep GSE from scoring more than 465 points to snatch fourth position from GSE. So basically, if VDT versus Phoenix Warriors, VDT versus GSE goes in VDT's favor, and GSE scores less than 465 points, and Evil beats Phoenix Warriors with max 750 points, Evil will then take over GSE in the standings. If, however, that doesn't happen, then it will be pretty much UB, then GSE, then Evil.
Yo, so there's various scenarios that can play out here, right?
Yes, there is.
Because
So,
first,
I mean,
because first
so
of all,
basically,
VDT,
first and second position are going to be CPR and VDT. They're going to play off in that final.
But
UB,
VDT can go into the final as either victors or underdogs.
yes,
That's the thing, right? Because at the moment, CPR are on top. But if VDT plays very well, then they can go into the final as the favorites, right?
that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. So,
Now,
so
now
yeah, so
UB will be
basically,
third no matter what.
UB will be third no matter what. They can't go higher, and they can't. No one can overtake them. So UB stays in third place. The position of the fourth position, who's going to play UB then in the final playoff for third, is going to either be Evil or GSE.
But that means that Evil has to win Phoenix with maximum points, and VDT needs to keep GSE from scoring less than 465.
465 years.
Yo, right, no pressure. No pressure.
So at the moment, GSE is above Evil on the scoreboard. So the scenario that is on the screen basically is if VDT keeps GSE from scoring more than 465 and Evil beats Phoenix Warriors by 750 points, then Evil will then go into that playoff for third position.
Yo, all right, this is going to be interesting this week. Let's see what happens.
It is.
Here.
This is why this whole thing is so interesting, because it's literally one game down to it.
Yes, exactly, and it comes down to this.
But it's one game
week, right?
depending on three other games.
I think the most helpless people at the moment, the people that feel the most helpless at the moment is CPR, right? Because their games are done. They have to sit and watch this week and see what happens, right?
They just have to see what happens with VDT, and then of course, either way, CPR is going to play off for that final.
Yes, yes.
So they could come out, the new champions of the league, or they could be in second place again.
Of course, and of course, VDT, very strong.
Well, not
team,
again.
Right?
Actually, last time they were third place.
Correct.
So either way, they're going to be in a better position.
Correct, but of course they are playing VDT, and VDT is the champions for season 2, right? So either way, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so.
So leaving the scenario then for Division 1, which I think is very cool, by the way, and giving you the scenario for Division 2.
I see CPR is very confident, being the new champs. They will be the new champs, that's what they say.
That's what I like to hear. I like to see confidence. See.
And Gemini, generally, myself and Yaku do cast the very final matches.
Yes.
So yeah, that will probably happen.
Right, you've got Division 2 on the screen.
Division 2. So Division 2. Right, so FRB currently in first place. Now, the interesting thing here is the last match is actually between FRB and Dark Divine.
That makes it even worse.
It does. So either way, FRB and Dark Divine are going through into the first place in Division 2 playoffs. Then, if Dark Divine manages to stop FRB from securing 554 points, though,
yes,
they will become first in Division 2.
Right. That's no pressure at all. See.
No pressure at all, JP, if you're watching.
JP,
just saying.
The score that you've got to try and keep FIB under is 554, right? That's the magic number. Otherwise, it'd still be in the finals.
Otherwise,
but
yes.
then
then they have a second chance to take it. But
exactly.
Exactly. But either way, FIB and Dark Divine then are going through to play off for the finals then.
Okay.
Right. So the next part here in Division 2 is GSG, remains in third. So same scenario that we had now with UB in Division 1. GSG cannot be overtaken, and they cannot overtake anyone. So GSG, no matter what happens in their next match, they stay in third position. And Motion will remain in fourth place for the final. So interesting fact here, next week, GSG versus Motion. Then come the third place playoffs, GSG versus Motion.
Right, but I guess it's an opportunity for these teams to still, see how they go into the final, right? Whether they go in as favorites or as underdogs. Because mentally it's a huge difference, right? If you go into a
Yes,
final as a as the number one on the log versus going into the final as the number two on the log, I mean, mentally it makes a difference, right?
It does. But in some cases, it might actually, being the underdog, might actually make you play that much harder.
Well, we've seen,
for
or
it
what we've seen
to prove
also
it.
in the past seasons is sometimes the underdogs come in. I mean, they play the whole season, they rank second on the table, they end up in the finals, and then they win, right?
Yeah.
Because they give it that last push. But I mean, nonetheless, it's still a very interesting scenario, right? Moving on to Division 3 scenarios.
Right. So in Division 3, Dr. Van Drogon is first place, full stop. There is no one catching them at this point. They have 2,379 points on the next place. It's an incredible buffer gap there.
Yeah.
They've done such a good job this season.
They are in first spot, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to score 2,379 points in one
Nope.
match. It's highly impossible.
Yes.
Since
We only
750 is
score
the cap,
750.
But then second place there, with Project Beta Talkmach is currently in second place, and they only need to score 153 points against Blair to keep second place spot.
Okay. Now, I mean,
Okay.
Blair's a tough team. I mean, it's not an easy game, but I really do think that Project Beta can score that 153. I honestly think they've got a good opportunity there. Not putting anything out on Blair, because like I said, I mean, Blair's a tough team, right?
It is a tough team. The thing here that's really interesting, though, is Blair will remain in fourth. Right, so they can't move up. They're going into that third place playoff anyway.
Yes.
But 4Q-Mate needs Blair to stop Project Beta Talkmach from getting that 153 points, so that then 4Q-Mate will move into second spot.
And they will.
4Q-Mate is getting their 750 points this week anyway due to forfeit.
Yes.
So they are either going to be second or third. So depending on Blair's versus Project Beta Talkmach this week, 4Q-Mate could either face either face Blair, or they could face Divine Gaming.
Oof. Okay, so the people sitting on the edge of their seat this week is 4Q then, right? And they will be
So
watching,
again,
and
like-
they will be watching the Blur game.
But it's like you said in Division 1. So CPR, they've already played their stuff. Like, they have nothing to do this week except watch the match with BDT. The same with 4Q Mates. I mean, they've got their 750 points now from the forfeit, but sure, it's going to be a tough one though. That they're going to have to watch that match, I think.
I'm laughing. I'm looking at Constant Glitch's comment here, saying explaining the playoffs is like Monday started early.
Sure, Constant. Here's the thing. I didn't know I was doing this.
Yes.
So when Yaku told you that I was doing it, that was when I heard I was doing it.
Well, I mean, I thought look, people enjoy you reading it much better than they enjoy me. So, I'm just like, doing what the people want, right? So,
Yeah.
don't blame me. Moving on to Division 4.
All right, so Division 4 is a little bit of a difficult one. It's always been, we've said this from about halfway through the season already, it's been the problem division. Okay, so there are only 3 teams remaining. So either way, all 3 teams are going to play in the final.
Well, actually, what will
third
happen
place
is there will only be a
First and second, yes.
and second, and whoever is not in that final will automatically claim third position, right?
Okay, so this part gets a little bit tricky. Invasion Gaming in third will receive 750 points in the last week, and that moves them up to first place.
Which means that there's a
Okay.
very small gap between first and third, by the way.
There is a very small gap in this division between first and third, because most of the teams that have remained have been getting 750 points because of the forfeit. So there
Yeah.
hasn't been that them losing points.
Yes.
So basically, the first half of next week, Invasion Gaming is going to be at the top of the log.
Yes.
Now, there is a game this week, and this is why I said this game in Division 4 this week is going to be so exciting, because
I need to watch
FTWK
this.
so FTWK and Fear are playing them each other
And
this
2
week.
good teams as well.
two good teams, really, really great teams that have come up. I think it's going to be a really, really great match to watch. So FTWK must they only have to score 299 points to secure a final playoff place. Okay, Fear only needs 222 points. Right.
Yo.
So if one of these teams manages to keep the other team under, say, either FTWK under 299 or Fear under 222, then Invasion Gaming is going to go through in that top
Oof.
part.
Invasion is gonna watch this game like full on.
But unfortunately, if both these teams manage to score over 299 and 222 respectively, Invasion drops to third again.
Okay, which makes sense then, right? Because then the table
Yeah.
pretty much just lifts up from this week's play.
Yeah.
Oof,
So
but
the question
Invasion,
there that Gerard posed to us is, who's your money on in this game to make sure they stay in final?
yes, it's
or is it
hard.
too late?
It's hard. It's two good teams playing, right? I mean, FTWK
is.
has been coming out like really hard, but I mean, as I said right in the beginning of the show, Fear is such a strong team, right? So I mean, I'm gonna have to go with good luck to both. I mean, the score difference, they're 299 and 222. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's possible. It's possible to keep a team under that scoring, especially in a hard point, right?
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, it's still pretty much open for Invasion to slip into that final position, right?
Yeah, 100%. But it is going to be up to this match, and this match is going to be nail biting, to say the least.
Yep. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time this week to watch all these games. Man. All right. Going off Division 4 and onto Division 5.
Right, so Division 5, we've got OGC.
Okay, are we still allowed to call them Original Gentlemen's Club? No. It's OGC
technically
Esports.
for season 4, they're still Original Gentlemen's Club, but they have actually gone over to OGC Esports.
All right.
So sometimes you'll see it as OGC Esports, sometimes you'll see it as Old Gentlemen's Club.
Original.
That one. Original. Gentlemen's Club. Yeah, you see, I like OGC Esports better.
Yeah.
It's a lot, it rolls off the tongue a lot better. Yeah, so OGC is currently in first position, and they face off against Falcon Gaming, who's in second position. But there's only 267 points separating them at this point.
Which is very little, right?
It is. So I mean, if OGC can stop Falcon from winning, basically, and stop there being that many points. I mean, if Falcon Gaming can beat OGC with more than 267 points, Falcon will probably go through into first. Well, not probably. They will go into.
They will go into first, yeah. And then, of course, I mean, between B1 and Boar, just because of the fact that they are both getting their full 750 this week, I mean, there's no difference, so they should remain in third and fourth, right?
Yeah, they do. So even if they have their 750 points, they're still not going to either overtake Falcon or OGC. So either way, it's going to be OGC and Falcon in the final, and then B1 and Boar playing off for third.
Lekker. Good. So, I mean, I guess we have to see, right? I mean, OGC and Falcon, I mean, they've played before in the domination part, but I mean, hardpoint's a different game, right? And both these teams can defend very well. So I mean, I really don't know. I don't know. I want to say that, you know what? Let me just say, at this point, I think they both have an opportunity. That's my honest take on it.
Well, look, I mean, like we say, they're both going through into the final anyway.
Yes.
It's just whether or not they go through as first or they go through as second.
Yeah, they either go through as favorites or underdogs, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Moving on then to Division 6.
All right. So in Division 6, MSMK is currently in the first position. They
they
have a
have-
game this week.
And they've had a cracker of a season, I just might add.
They have. I mean, not undefeated, unfortunately, anymore, but
Yes.
yes.
But still played well.
So yeah. I mean, they are, however, very closely followed by TNT. And it was like I was said in the chat earlier, TNT has come a long way from where they started off, and they're currently in second position. If MSMK scores 552 points versus Zold, they keep their top position.
Yeah.
Okay, so regardless of whether or not TNT wins or loses or scores full points or not, if MSMK scores the 552 points, they stay in first position.
That's it. But they are playing
so
Zold,
now
right? Which is not going to
TNT
lie
is-
down.
No, and I mean Zold has been. This is so exciting because Zold has come so far as well. They're such a great. They've really gotten together very nicely. They've started to gel really well, and the team's really strong.
So the task for
it's-
Zold this week is if they don't want to see the Monkeys finishing in first, they need to keep them to less than 552 points. That's what you're saying.
That's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if TNT wants to, send some moral support there Zold's way, they're welcome to.
Send money.
The other interesting thing here as well is if MSMK performs extremely badly in their match, not that I'm saying it's going to happen or that we're
But
expecting
if
it or
they
anything
do.
like that, but if they do, or they have to forfeit for some reason, it's possible that both TNT and Divine Gaming will overtake them.
If
Because
the
in
results
second-
go their way, right?
If the results, well, I mean, there's a 33-point difference between TNT and Divine Gaming.
That is nothing. I mean,
It's
33
absolutely
points.
nothing.
That's half a
It's-
minute on the hard point. It's
Exactly, it's 33 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, if MSMK does perform badly, they're going to find themselves playing off a third, actually.
This is going to be
but
an interesting week, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, and the really interesting part about it is TNT and Divine Gaming are facing each other in the final.
Ooh, that's even worse. Well, I can tell you what,
And with
though,
only-
it's going to be an amazing game.
It is going
Because
to be an
if you
amazing
look
game
at the
because it's
score,
only 33 points.
I
Only
mean,
33 points between
after
the teams.
13 weeks of play, you are 33 points from another team. You are as closely matched as you can get it, right?
Yep,
So I think it's going to be an amazing game.
very, very close.
Right. Anything else you want to say about Division 6, or can I go to Division 7 for you?
No, we can go on to Division 7.
And Division 7, the last division. There we go. It's on the screen for you.
Okay, so CTK been doing extremely well as well in this competition, and they're currently in the first position in Division 7. And they only need 532 points versus SDS in this last match of the league, well, of the season, to keep their top spot. All right, Rex is in second position, PDT in fourth position. Did we miss a third here, Gerard?
No. Let's quickly check for you. What are we talking about? Division 7. Let's just quickly do a divisional table for Division 7, and we can look at that. Let me just take this off the screen for a second. So Division 7 table at the moment: CTK 1, Rex 2, TNT Regicide 3rd, and PDT 4th. Yes, that's correct. But remember,
Okay, yeah.
TNT Regicide is 3rd at the moment, but they've already had their 12 games, right?
Ah, okay. That's why. Okay, that's why that we didn't mention a third thing.
Exactly. Right, I've got
Sorry,
your Division
again,
7
I didn't know I was
playoffs
going to
and-
do this.
Sorry, Nick.
All right, so scenario here is Rex is in second position, PDT is in fourth position, and the Lords of Latency are in fifth position. Yes, Seeker 404 error there. Did not compute. And these all stand a chance of being in second place.
Exactly.
How scary is that? Rex, PDT, and the Lords of Latency
But it's
stand
because-
a chance of becoming.
But it's because the
Weeks.
gap is so small. That's the reason, right?
It is.
I mean,
it is.
depending on
T-
what happens in this last week, the gaps between these teams are so small that anybody can still move into that position for the final week, right?
That's correct. And then TNTR, like we said, it actually is in third position, not second position, until we put the new scores on for the, for the forfeit, because they do have a forfeit, well, a bye week this week. Sorry, not a forfeit. So they don't actually have the extra position. So they are in third position, not second. But if the results go against them, so if the other teams score very highly in the coming matches, they could actually move to fifth. They could go from third to fifth.
No pressure.
So they would miss the final.
And they are looking at the sun rising on the final at the moment, right? I mean, they are literally sitting there with the
And there
mojitos
is-
going, we think we're going to go to the final.
Yeah, and there's nothing they can do except
Absolutely.
sit back and watch
Because their games are done,
these
right?
games.
They will
Yep.
not. They have a
It,
bye week now in the last week, so they literally have to sit back and see what everybody else does and where their final score turns out.
I don't know if I'd like to be in that position. I must be honest. At least if
Even
you've got a match coming up, you know something's happening. But if
e-
you're relying on the results of other matches,
I know,
it's too much.
right?
It's too much.
Well, you can't do anything about it. It is what it is,
Oh,
right?
it's too much. If you want to bring up that table again, we can actually just have a look at quickly how close those teams are.
Which one? That the Division 7 one?
Division 7.
All right, so divisional
I did see you
tables,
popped it
Division
back up on
7.
on
There
the
we go.
screen.
It is there. So let's see. So CTK is 8,159. Rex then on 7,941. Then we have TNT Regicide on the 7,888. But of course, they've done 12 games, right? So they have to sit and watch what happens to the other guys. And actually, again, PDT, the Lords of Latency, Digital Devils, they all have an opportunity to basically steal
Well, not
that.
Digital Devils.
Sorry.
It's too far away.
Yes, PDT and the Lords of Latency, they still have a
And Rex.
opportunity to steal the position from Regicide as well as drop Rex down, right? Oh my word!
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a scary. It's a
Actually,
scary
there's
thing.
no divisions that don't have some sort of thing that can happen this week. You know that, right? I mean,
Well, I mean, besides Division 4, I mean, Division 4 is just like, well, everyone's going through
yes,
somewhere along
it's,
the line.
it's just how you're going through.
pretty much.
Nice.
I mean, if you look at that table, I mean, you've got.
Oh, sorry, I took it off. I'll
if you
put
look
it
at
back up.
8,100 to the fifth place was 7,300. It's so tight.
I know.
So tight.
It's one game, right? It's literally one game.
Well, I mean, it's not like the fifth place can go through to first, but I mean, just if you're just looking from first to fifth, it's so tight.
But again, I mean, that's the whole reason why we do the league this way, right? Is throughout the season, it all boils down to who earns enough points to actually earn their position in the final. Now, whether you earn your position in, the first playoff or the third place playoff, I mean, that's irrespective. But it's getting your score throughout the season this is what you earn. This is what you work for. Is to be able to get that spot, at the end of the season, right? Because I mean that is where the winners are determined, are in the first place and third place playoffs. So nonetheless, I wish all these teams good luck. I mean, there's still various scenarios that can play out, and hopefully it works out. It works out for the teams, right? It's going to be hectic this week. Oh my word.
Yeah. Look,
my
there is
word.
one thing I do want to point out though, and it's something that we haven't actually been speaking about this whole season. But there is still one team in it for the Untamed Award.
What?
CTK has not lost a map.
Well, I actually feel bad about not saying that. Have we not said it? Like once?
No. No, well, I mean, we did at the beginning when we were still going through, like, I think there were 3 or 4 teams that were still in it and all that kind of stuff. But CTK are just
Is
doing the work.
CTK in the running for the Untamed? I thought this season we were
They
not
are.
going to give the Untamed award out. And now I'm happy.
No.
Yay! CTK, don't disappoint me.
I know Tiandre is on the chat. He actually did also bring it up while we were going through the divisions, and I wanted to just to remind you, but obviously we went through it so quickly. But I know Tiandre is on the chat. So Tiandre, your team,
You have a task this week, bud.
man.
That's great. That's great. Let's see if they get it. I mean, I support all teams. You know me, right? But I mean, I'd love to give out the Untamed Award. I at least like to give it to one team every season, because it does show, team's commitment and growth and how well they actually play. So let's see if they can get it right. Anyway,
The other thing is as well. So the opponents this week for CTK are sorry, I just going down there quickly. CTK versus SDS.
okay, so SDS actually have their job cut out for them as well.
They
Trying
do.
to keep them from getting that Untamed Award, don't they? Oof. No, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard this week, but it's going to be a hell of an exciting week as well, right? So
Yeah,
let's see.
I
Let's
think
see
so.
how it
I think
goes.
it's going to be amazing, especially with all of the all of the scenarios laid out for teams. Like if you guys are watching and you're part of these teams, go back, tell your team what they need to do. Tell the team what they need to do to stop other teams from getting in if you don't want them to. Like
It's gonna get ugly.
it's exciting.
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, listen,
Oh,
we've
hold on, I believe
covered.
SDS forfeited.
When?
I just got the message.
Oh, oh well. Okay, well that will bring up the table then, wouldn't it?
There we go. And that means that CTK is undefeated.
Whoop whoop.
Woo!
And I was still gonna be excited and watch the match. Now CTK will have to play a friendly. Anyway, listen, Sika, we've covered a lot of ground tonight. I unfortunately have another engagement in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to call it. I know we can talk for another hour probably, but I think we've covered a lot of information in very little space. So I'm going to hand it over to you for your final thoughts.
Sure. I did a lot of speaking tonight.
Well, you definitely have some final thoughts. I know you. You always have something to say.
Oh, yeah. Look, I mean, obviously, like I say every week, we couldn't have done it without the League Masters. We couldn't have done it without, all of the people that are involved. Obviously, besides yourself, Yaku as well, Homegirl and Little Green Monster and Toxic Monkey and Black Sailor Ranger. You guys are friggin' fantastic, and absolutely love you all to bits, and would be lost without you. That being said, we are looking for more people to help us out. It's something we said last week. We are looking for League Masters. We are looking for Stat Slayer to help Gerard with the stats.
Well, I mean,
and
with
all of that,
with
so.
70 teams possibly for season 4, it's a definite ask, right?
Yeah. Going through. There's a message in the chat saying that CTK lost one map. Not according to the website, so we'll have to go back and look at that.
Well, we'll ratify that anyway, because I mean we've got to go through that whole exercise before we do the awards. So we'll double check it in any event. But nonetheless, they've had an absolutely great season, right? CTK have really, really played well. Again, if you ratify the results and they manage to get the Untamed Award, then whoop whoop. If they don't, they still had a absolutely wonderful season and they really, really played well. Anything else, Sigurd?
That is pretty much it. Oh, Gemini Batman asking when will the match be set for the fight for first, and what will the Clan Wars map be? So, guys, that will be given to you next week, just before the finals. So when we know everything.
Yes.
That's happening.
For now, it's a secret.
Yeah. We don't want you to get all practiced up and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to be on pure skill.
There we go. There we go. Anyway. All right, guys. So I think that is what we had for tonight. It was a really jam-packed show. Like I said, we covered a lot of ground in a very short amount of time, and we really hope you guys enjoyed all the information we gave through tonight. Again, thank you very much to Mr. Black Sailor Ranger for that little bit of additional work that he did this week. I don't want to say little bit, it's actually a lot of additional work that he did this week to be able to bring us those scenarios. So that's very, very cool. So thank you very much for that. And Sika, sorry for jumping the segment on you, but I think you did smashingly, and I think the people watching with us will absolutely agree with me. Again, guys, if you have joined us for tonight, we really appreciate your support and thank you very much for doing so. If you're already subscribed to the channel, you are awesome. If you are not, hit that subscribe button and also the bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. And of course, if you like what we are doing with Clan Wars or with the recap show, remember to give us a like on this video, since positive feedback is always appreciated. Sika, from my side, thank you very much again for your company. Lovely as always. I'm very, very much looking forward to this week 14 of play, especially after seeing the scenarios. There might be some very, very interesting things happening this week. And then, of course, we will move on to week 15, which will be the final playoffs. And that will be the playoffs for position 1 and 2, as well as the third position playoff. And it, of course, is determined by the standings in the league table. So super exciting. Getting on to the end of season 3 now. slowly starting to wrap it up. And as I said, we are of course already working on season 4 and some season 4 planning. And if you didn't hear what I said about season 4, go back and watch the stream, right? There we go. But guys, I think that is what we had for you for tonight. We hope you have a wonderful evening. My name is Yakusawa for Battle Bros. Leave no one standing.